Well, it was a thoroughly entertaining second half.
Yeah, it was. I think the goals obviously changed games, but I think Real Madrid were disappointed in the end. I think the first half they huffed and puffed a little bit. The slow play was frustrating, I'm sure, for Zidane, the way that they played. And then we keep talking about experience. Maybe this is the time for a big changeover and a revamp of the squad, because today a lot of them looked a bit leggy and laboured.
Yeah, and I think we've seen the domination period of Real Madrid and the Spanish teams right across Europe, but looking at the Spanish league at the moment, it doesn't appear quite as strong as it's been in the recent past.
No, it doesn't, but obviously I'm certainly not going to get too down on them tonight. You never know what Real Madrid can produce. They're a huge club. That's a bad result for them tonight. That really is going to the Etihad. And City looked experienced. They looked like they meant business. Kevin De Bruyne didn't really celebrate that goal. He knows there's a big job to do. And that's the kind of focus you're going to need if you're going to beat these guys over two legs. That's
a big night for Manchester City, you know, both in terms of what they've achieved, what the result is, and also for their own mentality and their confidence, surely, Peter?
Yeah, going to Real Madrid and winning is a rarity, isn't it? So, I mean, they'll be full of confidence. I think, you know, they left Aguero, David Silva, Raheem Sterling on the bench. I mean, they were a different outfit, I thought, when Sterling came on. I think he really gives them something different. Kevin De Bruyne was first class again today. I thought Jesus was fantastic in that different role he played today. You know, he didn't sulk. He went out there, he defended really well, and, you know, deservedly got his goal.
He did. It was a different system that Pep goes. We will never know whether that made any kind of difference whatsoever. But once they kind of resorted to Sterling on and Jesus up the middle, they were really good. They looked like running away with it.
You have to say it looked better.
Maybe they wore them out with the other system first.
Yeah, or maybe it was a master plan. You know, who am I to argue with Pep? But it just looked to me that Bernardo Silva was lost a little bit playing in that more offensive role. Kevin De Bruyne seemed to cope with it, but I'm sure he could cope with anything. But Jesus did really well.
Yeah. Real Madrid, though, did take the lead. City didn't panic after it, but it was a few mistakes involved in this, Rio.
Yeah, Rodri plays it back to Otamendi. This is Otamendi. That's normal when you see that about him. He makes mistakes on a regular basis, but from that point, Kyle Walker's got to do better in the way he reacts from that as well. He goes back here, you see him facing his own goal. Play it back to your keeper, or just clear your lines. Vinicius there does fantastically well there for a young lad. The vision, weight of pass, and this fella, Isco, fantastic footballer, and he finds the back of the net.
Yeah, and they didn't panic, though, City. That is important, because the games can run away with you and things like that, because all of a sudden Real Madrid did have a confidence about them for 10 or 15 minutes, Joe.
No, I really think that was the important thing about the performance. And like I was saying, with the way Kevin celebrated, Fernandinho coming on, you know, made a huge block. Laporte coming off of Manchester City, you know, it's a big thing to Rio, but it's a big thing to Manchester City, to their team. They know that's like a Vincent Kompany coming off with the way he commands that team. So, but they didn't panic. Jesus played, defended. The guys stuck to the task, and you know, their quality really shone through.
OK, we can hear from Manchester City's two goal scorers, Gabriel Jesus and Kevin De Bruyne, are both with Des Kelly.
Kevin, that was a mighty performance. You must be so proud.
Yeah, I think it's a very good start for the first game. I think the first 50 minutes we struggled a bit, but you have to go through the storm. Then a pretty even first half, and I think we started the second half really well. And the goal comes a little bit at a bad moment for us, because I think we were dominating at the time. But I think our response was brilliant. I think beautiful goal from Gabi, and the second goal that I could score, a penalty, was, I think, very important. And it's a really good start for us.
A lot of players asked to do different jobs tonight, a change in the shape, a few surprises for us all as well.
Yeah, but I think in the 4 years we are here with Pep, sometimes there's some surprises, and even the players, they don't really know until the game starts what we need to do. And I think some were good. We had some lesser moments, but I think in a quality game like this, you're going to struggle sometimes. But yeah, I think we fought really well together.
And Gabriel, I think you were the biggest surprise playing on the left wing. That was a surprise for us, but sometimes at left back even.
Yeah, I can remember my time on Palmeiras when I come from academy. I play like a winger, and after I start to play like strike. But I go to the pitch to help my teammate, you know. So it doesn't matter if I have to run back or run forward to score a goal. So I have to help my teammate.
Was this long hours on the training ground? A lot of planning go into this?
Sorry.
Did a lot of planning go into this tactical shape?
It's good. It's good for us. We learn a lot. You know, we have to play sometimes different position. That's good.
Kevin, your 50th goal. Nice place to get it for Manchester City.
Oh, I didn't know. No, it's nice. You know, it's a big team and a big stadium, and we know Madrid is one of the favorites. But I think we came here with a goal to have a good performance today. That's what we did, but we're only halfway there. It's going to be an important game at home, but now we have Sunday a final, so now we have to recover as quick as possible and be ready to win on Sunday.
Congratulations, a great result.
Thank you.
Yeah, what we're talking about, the positional things and players playing wide and players playing slightly out of position, I suppose a lot of strikers now, not necessarily what we call strikers, play from the flanks, don't they? So even though Jesus was probably a bit deeper and defensive than perhaps some of those.
I think in our time, strikers, I'm a striker and that's it. Play me wide, then you're not going to get anything out of me, no change at all. I'd rather be on the bench, almost the type of attitude. Yeah. Whereas now, I think that trend being set by the likes of Salah, who's just wants to play up front a lot of the time. Aubameyang recently, 100% since Arteta's been there.
Ronaldo.
Exactly, Cristiano Ronaldo. So Thierry goes out to the left a little bit. So, and these players are seeing from these players from beforehand scoring goals from that position. Yeah. So they understand, no, I'm not going to affect my goal ratio from a selfish perspective as number 9s normally are. Crouchy.
But he'd have been classing that position.
Oh, yeah, I know, it'd been horrendous. I wouldn't be sulking, don't worry about it.
I got stuck on that for a while. I tell you what, though, it's quite easy. Because you just face the play and you just cross it. It's boring.
I thought it was a credit to himself today because he could have easily sulked. And we would have known players that would have sulked being out on that left-hand side, tracking back, being in the left-back position. He did it just... I would have been one of them, I'll tell you that now.
He'd have been brilliant out there.
Fernandinho as well, he came on as sub, he's been playing most of the time. He's a terrific footballer, of course. He can play in multiple positions and he became very important with Laporte's injury. And made a couple of important blocks, really.
Yeah, two huge blocks, and these were like probably 2 or 3 minutes apart. These were massive blocks, and after that kind of almost gave them the platform to then go on and perform and get their goals. But he's an experienced player, 34 years old, plays multiple positions, great professional, does a job wherever he's put in the team. Again, that's a massive block. See, his experience is vital for this team.
Yeah, well, that kept it at 1-0, and then Jesus in a more familiar area, Peter, where we expect to see him, around the 6-yard box.
Yeah, this is where we want to see him, isn't it? I think it was a great bit of play down the left-hand side. But yeah, he was playing central. He found himself in the box, which is where he wants to be. It was a lovely bit of play from De Bruyne, and it wasn't the firmest of headers, but did just enough to sink it in.
An element of a push. VAR were obviously, they look at all the goals, of course, but we were thinking maybe, will he, won't he? Wasn't much, though, was it, Judd? What do you think?
I think both Ramos' decisions have been umpires' call in cricket. I think they could easily have been given fouls and they wouldn't have been overruled. But the
more
referee made
importantly,
his decision.
Joe, Courtois has got to do better there, surely.
Yeah, the standard of goalkeeper he is, and the game he was having. He was having a top game. He was making important saves because City were really coming strong. So yeah, he'll definitely be disappointed with that. But that's because he's a world-class goalkeeper.
OK, well, Sterling did make a difference. He was involved in that first goal. He was also involved in the penalty decision. Yeah,
Sterling hasn't. I don't think he scored since late December, and he's coming off the back of an injury. But Carver, I don't know what the fullback is doing there. Stay on your feet. You don't go to ground there. He's going to the touchline there. Just jockey him, shadow him out of play. He gambles. He commits and gives away the penalty, but Sterling was the big difference when he came on, a huge difference to City.
Moment of madness from the fullback there, but Sterling was a massive difference. They're a different team when he plays, I have to say. and De Bruyne had stuck the penalty away so coolly.
He's a wonderful footballer, isn't he? I mean, I think everyone agrees.
De Bruyne?
Yeah.
He's the best midfielder in the world right now.
You think in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone near him in terms of what he can do.
Such an all-round game.
He does everything. Like we saw in the game there, in terms of his athleticism, running away from people, his pass appreciation, his decision-making in the final third. Most of the time, 99% of the time, gets it right.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the Ramos red card. It was another one of those, wasn't it? But, I mean, it's the 26th of his Real Madrid career. I mean, he's kind of trying to get out of the way, isn't he, I think? But with that, you know, the laws these days, you don't need to do much.
I honestly don't think that's a foul or a red card. It's just...
Did he clip his foot there?
I don't know, but I've not looked at the foot, but literally Jesus waits for him to touch his shoulder.
It did look like foot came to touch foot, but I've always thought it's unlucky when defenders just run across like that.
It's a soft one, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Jesus is cute. He's run across him. That's what you got to do as a striker. You got to run across the centre half.
Worst case scenario for Jesus is a yellow card. You know, nothing lost. Yeah. Best case, he's got Real Madrid's captain, leader, legend out the second leg.
Huge miss for them, Real. In the second.
Will be, yeah. I mean, again, we spoke about him before as having the personality, a leader, multiple winner of trophies, is a fantastic player, but they'll miss him, definitely.
They certainly will. Great night for Manchester City and fabulous night too, of course, for their coach, Pep Guardiola. Is a bit frustrated at times, but in the end, it all came good. You wouldn't have thought it, though, would you? There you go. Cheer up, Pep. We'll hear from him next. A memorable night for Manchester City. Let's hear from their coach, Pep Guardiola. He's with Des.
Pep, was that almost the perfect tactical plan tonight for you?
Because we won. It doesn't count that. It's because we won is a tactical. That doesn't work in that way. So important is the way we played. So we spoke to try to come here to win the game, and we did it in this stadium. So, but it's just the first part. It's not 3 points, and if one team can overcome this situation, and for experience, for everything is this club. But of course, a good result. We could not score goals the previous 2 times away, so we did it, and yeah, it's a good one.
I mean, the players have obviously executed your plan, but it was a very brave plan to play Jesus on the left. I think that caught all of us by surprise. So, I mean, you did surprise them.
No, so they press so high, we saw it, and the central defenders, they're able to jam in the space we believe it was outside. And it was quick. I think Gabriel is so quick, and Riyad can do it. At the end, we knew it for the last 20, 30 minutes. He could... Raheem is so fast too, and it was good.
Any downside today? I mean, Laporte injury seemed a little bit of a worry.
Yeah, of course, but that happened after 5 months injured. For 5 months injured, you come back in this scenario, so demanding. So we suffer a lot his absence, but with Dino, came in incredible well. With John, he'll be back, and Nico, we are going to try to do it.
So you came through some setbacks, but it's a really good result at this stage, and it must be a great moment for you, a bit of pride here.
I'm so proud, of course, but it's just the first step, so we have another game, so it's not over. So, and we can enjoy it, of course. We spoke about that. Enjoy the moment, good dinner, regeneration. On Sunday we have a final, and keep going in the Premier League and prepare the second game against Madrid.
That performance here, it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of concentration to even come back from the setback of the goal and the injury.
Well, I would say when better we were, we concede a goal that we should not be conceded, and when they were better, we scored a goal. So, but that is competition, that is football. So, but I remember the quarterfinals 2 seasons ago when we played in Anfield. We played incredible well, but 3 shots on target, 3 goals, and we had incredible personality against Tottenham as well. So we have to improve. So we cannot give them the goal we concede, but it's part of a game, and maybe in the future we will grow.
Thank you very much, Pep.
You're very welcome.